Okay, we got a crazy video calling out Mahito, saying that he sucks at fight strategy and he needs to stop. And super long, you know, what is it even called? Like video YouTuber name? I like Jujutsu Kaisen way too much. I mean, hey, me too, but
We all know Mahito, the little blue guy who killed everyone you know and love. Yeah, that Mahito. I don't even have an introduction for this.
honestly, I think Mahito was probably the best villain in Jujutsu Kaisen because if you know how the manga goes, I feel like we didn't get enough time with Kenjaku. And then Sukuna was kind of underwhelming towards the end of the Jujutsu Kaisen manga. Like, I still think Sukuna's a great villain, but if you had to ask me like the best villain in JJK, I feel like it really just has to be Mahito. Maybe I would still say Sukuna just because of how cool he is, but Mahito is like one of the best. Mahito might be the best written character in JJK now that I think about it. Because who is better written than Mahito? Maybe like Modulo Yuji, but definitely not really Gojo, not Sukuna, not Geto, not Yuta, not Maki. Like maybe Toji comes kind of close. I would say Toji's writing might be close to Mahito's.
Mahito is a horrible planner when it comes to fighting, and he should go home. As legal guardian of
Nah, I gotta disagree though. Mahito actually, like, bro, his curse technique is so overpowered, and then also like his fight strategy is usually pretty good. I think I remember one time he tried to like he's always trying to split up like Nanami and Yuji, or he tried to split up like Yuji and Toto because Mahito knows how dangerous Toto's curse technique is, Boogie Woogie. Um, and Mahito just has a high battle IQ. Like, I was so surprised when I saw the title of this video because Mahito is like he's one of the smarter Jujutsu Kaisen characters.
Mahito, I am disappointed. Like, I know you're.
And I'm just gonna say this real quick. Even in the Jujutsu Kaisen manga, I'm pretty sure Mahito kind of noticed that Kenjaku or fake Geto had used like anti-gravity or his gravity curse technique on the prison realm because Mahito was asking Kenjaku, are you gonna stay here with the prison realm or are you coming with us? Like, what are you gonna do? And then Kenjaku said that, oh, I need to stay here and watch over the prison realm. And Mahito gave him like this super weird look. Like Mahito was kind of sensing that Kenjaku was being a little bit sus or being weird.
8 months old, but please use some sense. You're not a baby mentally. You're a 5-year-old intelligence wise at the very least. You have the intelligence to hold philosophical debates about the soul. Before I go on a continuous slander my son rant, I will give some examples. In Mahito's fight with Yuji and Nanami, he learns that Yuji can attack his soul, and that if he comes in contact with Sukuna's soul, Sukuna could kill him. However, he still stays. Why would you stay? Mahito literally gets him into a situation where he's.
Well, here's the thing though. Mahito didn't expect Yuji to break into his domain expansion. I mean, who expects that?
Actively being murdered by Yuji and Nanami, which inspired him. He's dying and he's acting like this is an art class. He proceeds to use up a ton of cursed energy on his newly learned domain expansion, which Yuji.
I'll agree that was a little bit dumb. I mean, well, he kind of expected to just win the fight with his domain expansion, especially considering Mahito has idle transfiguration. But I will say it was dumb to just use up like the vast majority of his cursed energy on a domain expansion, especially when he's like new at it. Like this was Mahito's first domain expansion. It was just kind of dumb to use it here in such a serious fight, I guess. I don't know.
Breaks into, causing Mahito to come in contact with Sukuna's soul again and get his shoulder ripped off, blood spraying everywhere. Someone get my guy a tissue, it's not looking good for him. Once he realized he couldn't win here, he blew himself into a balloon, popped, and retreated into a sewer drain. You coward. Now, this was a coward move, but it was a smart coward move. I have to say that. I don't want to over slander Mahito because I do.
I was surprised how far Mahito like made it, how long he survived within just Jujutsu Kaisen. Honestly, like I expected like Gojo to just immediately take him out or something like that, bro. I didn't expect him to make it up all the way to like Shibuya.
Really love Mahito, but we just have to make sure that improvements are made for the future that will never come because he got himself turned into a blueberry. I'd add
Yeah,
more examples here, like the Yuji and Toto versus Mahito fight, but I'm too lazy to review the whole fight and analyze Mahito's every move. But
yeah, that's fine.
overall, he has a repeating tendency. They haven't gotten the point by
I think the main issue with Mahito is, as Nanami already said, he's basically like a kid. He's a baby. He's still just trying to learn stuff, and he hasn't really mastered anything.
now. I'll explain it to you. He'll go into a fight. He'll have no plan. He's doing this for fun, and then he'll try to torture his opponent, trying tons of transformations like
To be fair, Mahito doesn't necessarily need a plan for fights though, because he's just so strong. It's not even that Mahito is strong, it's that idle transfiguration might be like the best curse technique in the entire verse within Jujutsu Kaisen. Um the only curse techniques that come close to idle transfiguration is maybe like curse spirit manipulation, limitless, and what's the other one? Shoot. Uh 10 shadows. And maybe copy, Yuta's copy technique.
it's a fashion show, and then he'll get himself into a situation where he realizes he's actually in danger.
Honorable mention to creation, because I'm pretty sure if you use it right, creation can be really overpowered. You guys are gonna see eventually. But hey, for JJK manga readers, you know who I'm talking about. The person who, you're
And instead of leaving, he decides to get that random 3 a.m.
all I'm gonna say is this: infinite pressure spear.
inspiration from his own near death, pulls a big move, which will probably waste all his cursed energy, and then he'll retreat once he realizes he can't win, if he can retreat by that point. As we saw in his fight with Yuji and Toto, he wasn't so lucky with his great escape that time. Mahito treats fights like a game. He's a kiddo, so he's playing. It's as simple as that. He doesn't really plan beforehand. Did you plan out the entire Real Housewives of Barbie World when you played with your dolls as a kid, huh? I didn't think so. Mahito doesn't plan out his real murders of Jujutsu World. It's pretty disappointing too, because Mahito really had great potential. His curse technique was pretty
Bro, I remember seeing a video saying that like full potential Mahito would have been stronger than freaking Sukuna. And honestly, I believe it. I 100% believe it. Idle transfiguration is so overpowered. Imagine if Mahito got a barrierless domain expansion like Sukuna, bro. That would have been overpowered.
off the chain, and he learned so rapidly that if he'd gotten to fully mature instead of dying young, his skill and knowledge would have been off the charts. But
like, bro, Mahito's sure hit technique is on the level of Gojo's sure hit technique for his barrier. Like infinite information versus idle transfiguration. They're both like just the strongest sure hit domains within the verse, bro. I'll give an honorable mention to, dang it, actually I don't want to, okay, spoiler alert, but I'll give an honorable mention to Curse Naoya's domain, where it can literally like cut your cells on an atomic level or something like that. Like Time Cell Moon Palace, I think that's what it was called.
Gege Akutami just has to take away everything we love, so no full potential Mahito for us.
Yeah.
Anyways, thank you for coming to my speech about Mahito's mild stupidity. And side note, please don't slander Mahito like I did. I have no idea why I did this. Respect and justice for Mahito. He did not deserve the blueberry treatment, nor did he deserve
No, he definitely deserved it, bro. The amount of suffering that he gave to Yuji was crazy, and what he did to Nobar and Nanami, man, come on.
my slander, and yeah.
What I will say is Mahito was a great villain. Definitely the best or second best in JJK. Yeah. Mahito just felt like Yuji's antithesis. Like I really did enjoy him as a villain. But yeah, I do think Mahito's smart. I just think that he never really took things seriously, and that was his main issue.